thank all of you for joining us here for this very solemn and important occasion in what I consider to be one of the most beautiful places in Texas. It's always a privilege to be among those who have sacrificed so much for our country. The DFW National Cemetery is a very powerful testimony to what can be accomplished by a determined man. A man who knew the importance of honoring the fallen. He worked tirelessly to make that happen. Dedicated in May of 2000, the DFW National Cemetery offers fitting tribute to our fallen patriots, and it honors the tenacity of Claude Pinson Sr. You know, the roots of his inspiration go back to 1967, when his then 20-year-old son, Claude Jr., lost his life while on patrol in Vietnam. Claude wanted his son laid to rest close to home, but he also knew that the young warrior had earned the honor of a burial in a national cemetery. Unfortunately, there was no national cemetery in North Texas, no nearby place for those who had lost loved ones to war to come and visit, pay their respects in true Texas fashion. Floyd decided to fix that situation, not only for his own family, but for so many more. He toiled 15 years as the chairman of the National Cemetery Committee, never wavering in his commitment to find that place of remembrance, the very place that we stand today. And thanks to Claude Sr. and the people who caught his vision, the grieving families of North Texas can lay their loved ones to rest with the full honors that they so richly deserve. 4 years ago today, just 2 days after Claude Jr. was moved here to his final resting place, Claude Sr. passed away, joining his beloved son in heaven, and beside him in this place of honor. His mission of love and his honor was complete. Speaking of honor, we are honored today to have Claude Sr.'s widow, Peggy, with us today. Thank you, ma'am, for being here. Diane, his daughter. And we join them in honoring the memory of these two fine men. On behalf of 24 plus million Texans, I wanted to come here today and tell you thank you. Thank you for the service. Thank you for your love and commitment to the honor of these men and women who are at their final resting place. Today we're gathered to continue our pursuit of Claude Sr.'s vision, honoring those who gave their all in service to our nation, especially in the Vietnam War. The names of those who died in the jungles and the rice paddies are etched in the black granite of the Vietnam Veterans Memorial in Washington, D.C. That is an enduring reminder of the severe price of freedom. We know the names of the brave, but now we must ensure that we never forget their faces. So there is a move afoot to create an education center at the Wall, an underground museum, as Jay shared with you, near the distinctive memorial in Washington, D.C., that will ensure the brave men and women who answered their nation's call will not be forgotten. Like a lot of you here today, I came of age in the 60s. And my recollection of that period is probably quite different than the celebrated images in popular culture, especially to those who served in the military. The 60s and 70s weren't exclusively about long hair, protest, free love, and psychedelic music. There's a whole lot of us that remember things a little differently, who remember long hours of drill and the oppressive heat of a Texas summer, close cropped haircuts, and unshakable dedication to the notion of liberty for all. You don't hear those stories like you do about Woodstock and Haight-Ashbury, in part because so many who chose the path of service aren't around to speak for themselves. It is our responsibility, and I might add, our privilege, to keep their stories alive. If we don't act, not enough people will know about the bravery of patriotic Texans like Floyd Pinson Jr. or Air Force Major Curtis Daniel Miller. See, Major Miller was born in Palacios, Texas. He attended Texas Tech. After graduation, he married his college sweetheart, Susan. They shared the joy of welcoming their daughter, Christine, into the world. I don't have to tell those in this audience how duty to country can sometimes interfere with happily ever after. In 1971, Major Miller was deployed to Thailand, flying the AC-130 Spectre gunship, flying interdiction missions. On March the 29th of 1972, Major Miller and his crew were shot down over Laos. They were lost to history. It took almost 4 decades to locate and identify Major Miller's remains, but just 2 weeks ago, he was finally laid to rest, a mere few feet from where we are standing at this moment. Today, Major Miller's wife, Susan, his mother, Nell, are also with us, and I want to thank you both for being here today. When people discuss the dedication of our military members, they often forget the tremendous contribution that their family members make. Dealing with the challenges of an extended separation, attempting to ignore the looming possibility that their loved one might end up in a place like this, way too young, way too soon. So on behalf of all Texans, please accept our condolences on your loss. We owe it to those who gave their lives, those who love them, to do everything in our power to make sure that this education center becomes a reality. Whether you make an online contribution to buildthecenter.org, you share letters, photographs, or other keepsakes, everything that you contribute will make it easier to keep their memories alive. By sharing these little heard stories, we can provide a different perspective on that all too divisive period of history, continue the healing of old wounds. I've got little doubt, Jay, that Texans are going to rise to the occasion. Throughout our history, Texas has proudly hosted military installations, sent our sons and daughters to serve in the defense of our country. Texans are quick to support a just cause, and this is as just a cause as they come. Austin, I'm going to work with the legislature to ensure Texas does its part to make this dream a reality by pursuing an appropriation that will enable Texas to bear its fair share of this project's cost. Floyd Pinson Sr. showed us that hard work and dedication can make anything possible. Now it's up to us to make it happen.